My name's Ralph Hinton. I was a hog official today. Listened to reasons on the market hogs on the junior college side. Great job by everybody there. We placed this class 2, 4, 1, 3 with cuts of 3, 6, and 4. One of the easier classes of the day. I think 90% of the folks that walked in the door had a 50, so pretty straightforward in that standpoint. We kind of have the cuts arranged that way. Splits into two pair really quickly. Top pair of heavier muscled, heavier weight barrows, and then just small differences between the two, and that's where you were rewarded in the room if you got into the differences of those hogs. The two barrels, the dense one. He's the one that is the boldest in his cage. He's the most correct in his proportions. And what really sorts him over 4 is just his flexibility. He's the one that's able to use his hip and hind leg correctly. He's more together when you get behind him in terms of the squareness from his pin to his hock to the ground. And then when you get off to the side, he's the one that just fits together. He can pull his ears over the top of his spine and get out there and drive and cover ground. For those of you that came in and talked about 4 actually being wider chested and having a more aggressive shape to the top side of his skeleton, you got rewarded there. He is a trimmer hog. That's one that, a nice grant. I think a lot of you wanted to try to make 2 into fatter than he probably was. I think it's just a nice grant for 4 there in the top pair. He is the trimmer hog that's more aggressive in his shape, but unfortunately when you get him to the side, that one's way too pulled forward in his blade shape. He's too wide when we get behind him, and then the toe quality down low, especially in his rear feet, really starts falling apart. Didn't need to spend a lot of time in the middle pair. It's just pounds, guys. Pounds of muscle, width, dimension, all of those things. The shorter you were in that pair, the better that your reason score would be. Bottom pair, the one and the 3. The only gilt in the class is one that is probably has more depth of body, if you want to say that, but still one that's so flat, so narrow. She's probably sounder in terms of her hind leg and over 4 if you wanted to find something to try to say there. But then a bottom pair of smaller ones, she's sounder, she's better quality livestock than 3. That's why that cuts 4. On 3 specifically, if you wanted to, normally we could say get in and get out, and those of you that did that, were rewarded. Some of you got real creative, and I think this is finally one that you can crucify if you want to, because he's awful, guys, and he needs to go last. So again, market hogs 1, 2, 4, 1, 3 with cuts of 3, 6, and 4.